Hi guys, Carolyn Cooper here from Simply Healed. Today I have a short story I want to share with you, and it's a little Christmassy, and I know it's not Christmas yet, but you'll get the point. So a few years back, my neighborhood did a 12 days of Christmas. We picked 3 families that were in need of help, and everybody contributed, but not everybody knew exactly who these 3 families were except the committee. So you're probably familiar with the 12 days of Christmas. It's for 12 days prior to Christmas, somebody drops off a gift, you knock and run, and the family opens the door and goes, wow, another gift. So that happens for 12 nights. I was on the committee, and they were trying to decide, so these 3 families, there's 12 nights, that's 36 deliveries. And they were figuring out, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to split up? Who delivers what nights? And I'm listening to the conversation thinking, wow, this is really more complicated than it needs to be. So I suggested, why don't you just have 2 people assigned to each of the 3 families, and then each of those people only have to go 6 times, and they can work it out amongst themselves, them and their partner, who wants to go on which nights. And they're like, yeah, but then we need to, and then they went on with the conversation, again, making it what I thought more complicated than it needed to be, but I'm a simple gal, so to me, lots of situations seem more complicated than they need to be. So I listened, and then there came a pause in the conversation, and I said, so how about this idea? Get the 12 gifts for each of the families, get the 12 gifts, wrap them all pretty, put a note on that says, don't open until December 18th, or don't open until December 22nd, whatever, put a tag on each one of them, put them all in a pretty basket or in a great big box with a big bow on it, and then deliver them on their porch 12 days before Christmas, and knock and run. Voila! One delivery, the family has all their gifts. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. They looked at each other, and they looked at me, and I'm like, what? They said, Carolyn, that's not the way the 12 days of Christmas is done. I mean, that's the thing. It's 12 days. They need to get a delivery every single night. And I said, well, they're still getting all their gifts, and they're getting them just in one fell swoop. They get to put them all under their tree and look forward to opening a gift every night. And then all these other delivery people are not taken away from their families for 12 nights before Christmas. They didn't like my idea so much. They didn't think I was, they just thought that was horrific to do it that way. That's not how you do 12 days of Christmas. I came home from that meeting, told my husband that story, and he just cracked up. He still teases me about that when every time I say, well, let's just simplify it and do it this way, he'll say, yeah, let's just drop a big box of 12 presents on somebody's porch. But you see, that's a pretty good way of doing it, right? They went ahead and did the deliveries the way they wanted, and we all took turns, and it was kind of complicated, but I was being a team player. So how that even aligns with what I want to tell you about energy healing is there are so many methods, so many modalities of doing emotional clearing, emotional healing that are out there. And I've seen so many that are cumbersome and heavy and just way more complicated than they need to be. I don't understand all the complication. I think it takes longer for people to clear things when they think it's going to take a long time, when they're set up for a whole bunch of sessions, when each session has to delve into every little detail. So Simply Healed is different than that. You trust the energy, you trust the wisdom and the intelligence of the energy and the intelligence of people's bodies and energy systems to be able to work together and clear and clean quickly. A lot of the work I do is unspoken because the energy just moves so fast. I don't have to verbalize every single word. So I would love to teach you how to do that too. I have a 2-day Simply Healed for You class coming up. We actually have 2 coming up. There's one in Noosa, Australia, December 2nd and 3rd, and there is one in my home base, St. George, Utah, with the beautiful big red rocks, and it's right by Zion Canyon. And for those of you who are Vegas kind of people, we're only a couple hours away from there too, so it's a great place to come and have a class. But that's a bonus. The class will give you all the things you need to have not only a merry, merry Christmas with you and your relatives and your family, but a merry, merry life. You'll learn to clean up the old emotions that have been with you for a long time, and they're triggers for how we respond and behave in our life now, and we may not even be aware of them. In fact, most of the time they're subconscious and we are not aware of them. And I also teach you in that class how to release ancestral, generational things that can hinder us and pull us back. We may not even be aware that we're carrying them. We just feel blocked in some areas of our life. We also teach how to connect better with relationships, with the world, with your life, and so many other things. I'm really excited for you to learn this information. I promise it'll change your life. It has changed my life, and it has changed thousands of other people's lives. I have 5 kids. If you didn't know that, yeah, I do. And I cannot imagine raising kids in this world without this information. And I'm a business owner. I've owned my own business for 15 years. I can't even imagine being an entrepreneur without understanding how energy works and knowing how to clear and release energy, and to help me be more confident in what I do. And I want that for you as well. I hope you'll join me. All the info is below, so go there, read the page, and I hope to see you in December.